Everybody and their mama is on the oregano train, okay? But before you hop on it, you gotta watch this video because I'm gonna break it down as per usual. Keep on watching. Hey friend, I am so glad you're here. And as I stated earlier, we're talking about oregano oil. We're gonna break that down. But I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Nikita. And you guys know over here, we're gonna talk about all things that are gonna help you improve the quality of your life. So if you like stuff like that, I'm gonna ask you to join our little community here with all of my friends, all 722. Join us by subscribing and clicking the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I post. All right, and you guys know I like to jump right into it, okay? Because ain't nothing to it but to do it. Amen. First and foremost, oregano oil is antimicrobial. So that means it's going to protect you against bacteria, fungi. I love saying it like that. Fungi. It just sounds so cool. Viruses. I know a lot of people use oregano oil in cases of HSV 1 and 2. It is really good because that's a virus, and this is like great. It's an antimicrobial. It's also great for candida and yeast. I actually did a video on candida. I'm going to try to link it on either side. If you want to watch that, then you definitely can. So it's the antimicrobial power is out the roof. Okay. And then secondly, immune support. I actually, cold and flu season, school is starting back. They have these little oregano oil capsules. That is what I give my son. It's small enough that they can swallow it. Okay. Teach your kids how to take supplements early. Okay. My son has been taking supplements since he was 6 or 7 because I taught him early. Okay. So he takes those. If you see like a little sniffle or anything, give them that little oil capsule and it knocks it right out. So it's great for those, seasonal colds and other illnesses. It's perfect. And then the gut and digestive health. I don't know if you know it or not. But it is like nature's antibiotic, right? So it is great for digestive health. It's going to support the balance, the microbiome that is in your gut. So it is extremely important for that. The anti-inflammatory properties, everybody is dealing with inflammation. And I also want people to understand that a lot of inflammation is silent. Shh, everybody on mute. Like my girl Beyonce said, a lot of it is silent. Okay. So it's there and you don't know it yet. Okay. So it is going to help with that. And respiratory. I always say respiratory support. So we're talking about lungs and congestion. I can remember when I was trying oregano for the first time, I was coughing up mucus. Mucus was just running out my nose. I was like, Lord Jesus. But I loved it because that was the evidence of the power of the oregano oil. So it is great for the respiratory, for the respiratory system. Okay, now let's get into what are the active ingredients that makes this so powerful. All right, so some of the key active compounds that you will find in oregano that gives it its like punch, it is carvacrol. And carvacrol is this compound that really gives the oregano the antimicrobial power that it has. So when you're choosing an oregano oil for yourself, you want to make sure that it's anywhere between 70 to 80% carvacrol. Okay. It also has thymol, and thymol is what gives oregano the immune properties that it does, and also its ability to help fight free radicals. So like myself, a person who's never getting cancer again, you would understand why oregano will be something that is in my herbal closet, because who wants to get cancer again? Not me. Okay, ways to use the oregano oil. So there's a few ways that you can use it. One, you can steam it, right? So you can drop it in some hot water and inhale it. You can inhale it. I can just smell it, like just by doing that. It's so powerful. Two, you can use it topically. Okay, but when using it topically or internal, you want to make sure it is diluted. Okay. And then you can use it internally. So there's internal, external, you can use it topically, or you can have it inhaled. So those are the ways that you can use the oregano. Now, when you're choosing the oregano oil, you want to make sure that there is a 70 to 80% carvacrol carvacrol content within your oregano. That's how you know it's really potent. Now, I did read about getting wild Mediterranean oregano, just because where it's grown, it just makes it more potent, clean. Now, obviously, you don't necessarily have to get wild Mediterranean oregano, but I've read that it's like top notch, it's like quality. And also getting winter's first batch, okay, the first harvest. I read that the carvacrol content is very potent. So if you could ask the owner of that business, is it the first winter's batch? And just so you'll know that you're getting, quality, and that the carvacrol, which you really need or want, that antimicrobial factor, you just want to make sure that it's there. And there's nothing wrong with just asking. Okay. Now, when you are getting your oregano, you want to make sure, right? Some of them are already diluted and you can just drop it underneath your tongue. You got to make sure you're reading directions, because there are products that are undiluted and they require you to dilute them yourself with an olive oil or whatever oil that you choose. Is typically olive oil, but you want to make sure of that. And you also want to make sure that it can be consumed internally, because there are different types, right? So make sure that you're getting the right thing, whether you need to dilute it or not, because I've had some that needed to be diluted, and I've had some that were already diluted or at safer amounts where there was like no burning action, and I would just drop it underneath my tongue. So just really pay attention to what you're getting, because it will burn you if it requires dilution and you're not diluting it. It will burn you. So please be careful in that. And you can it really just depends on you, how you want to dilute it, how powerful you want it, or how much you're making. Depends on you how many drops that you want to put in. And I would usually make 2 to 4 ounces, and then I would put 30, 40, 50, 60 drops of the oregano. That's just me. Now, obviously, depending on you, you can change that. It's up to you. It's your own thing. So that's up to you. But just make sure you know what it is that you're getting, so that you don't hurt yourself in the process. Like I said, those little oil capsules are really good for kids. So my son going to school, and he got a little sniffle, it knocks it right out, I promise you. So those are things that you want to make sure. Always make sure you're diluting them, reading the directions, and knowing what it is that you're getting. One thing that I also wanted to mention, that using oregano oil long term will affect your body's ability to absorb iron. Okay, so taking oregano oil should not be used long term. Okay, it should be cycled. So whether you use it for 2 weeks and you take 2 weeks off, or you use it for 3 to 4 weeks and then you take 3 to 4 weeks off, I recommend sticking anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks and then taking a few weeks off and then starting it back up. I love alternating my supplements, because I just feel like that's necessary. That's just me. The reason we take these supplements is so that we can feel good, but we don't want to overdo certain things. And when you give your body a break of them, and then you give your body back the thing, it's almost like, bing, oh, it's back. I needed this. So yeah. So just make sure that you're not taking oregano oil long term without those little breaks like that. So I hope this has been a blessing to you, because it's definitely been a blessing to me, friend. Ow. It's been a lesson. So if you enjoyed the word today, put your hands together and subscribe. Okay, I am building my community. I'm at 722 and I worked really hard for that. So I'd love to have you join the community, and stay tuned for next week's video where I'll be talking about why Black women are disproportionately affected by uterine fibroids. Stay tuned. Until next time, bye.